AWOL. It means absent without leave. The military term takes on a whole new meaning, though, for a Chicago veteran. CBS 2's Lauren Victory always investigating and explains his battle over an AWOL accusation.
James Jackson pushes forward with a job he never expected. Nearly 40 years ago, he was flying high as a paratrooper for the United States Army.
These are the indentions from me being in traction.
Scars from surgery for a broken neck after a car accident while in the service.
That ended my career as far as being able to jump out of airplanes and that type of thing.
So he shifted gears, literally. Jackson became a bus driver for the Chicago Transit Authority, better known as CTA.
Back in 1994, a lot of the operators, the older operators, were old vets.
He felt at home, he said, and spent 22 years behind the wheel.
I had always aspired to do something more.
After completing his overnight route, Jackson would go to college in the morning. He was promoted to CTA manager when he graduated.
It was one of the happiest days of my life.
Walkie-talkie in hand, badge around his neck, he handled attendance and discipline issues. He loved the job, but felt exhausted mentally and physically in June 2021.
I was really feeling like if I didn't take off, that I could have literally dropped dead on the job.
Jackson hit the brakes and applied for short-term disability.
Due to stress, anxiety.
Doctors for the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs diagnosed him with major depressive disorder and eventually post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD.
I was in trouble, and so I took off to attend to my issues.
6 months later, on December 17th, his disability leave was maxed out.
So it says you're approved till December 17th, and on December 18th, nobody's calling you, texting you, emailing you saying, hey, you were supposed to show up for work.
Not at all.
Jackson didn't think anyone would be reaching out because he said he told higher-ups weeks ahead of time that he needed to stay home longer.
What can I do to get more time? And that's when this person that I was talking to mistakenly told me to apply for CTA's long-term disability, which I did.
A mistake because Jackson's long-term disability claim was pending when his short-term benefits ran out. You could call it leave limbo. CTA called it absence without leave, or AWOL.
I am somewhat confused regarding the assertion that I am AWOL and in non-compliance.
Jackson reads from an email he said no one replied to. Eventually, he was fired, discharged for poor attendance on March 1st, even though his long-term disability claim was still pending at that point.
To me, it felt evil.
CBS News Chicago combed through this transcript from a hearing where Jackson appealed his firing and lost. A supervisor called Jackson a very respectful, very cordial person, but testified his excessive absenteeism caused coworkers to be overworked and stressed. CTA needed to terminate Jackson to be able to hire somebody else to release some of the burden on others.
I think employers can still be put into very difficult positions given the unpredictable nature of the recovery process.
That's University of Pittsburgh professor Eric Meyer, who specializes in PTSD, what Jackson went out on leave for.
I want to be very clear about this. Recovery is not only possible, but it's commonplace.
Is there a typical time frame in which somebody would be treated for post-traumatic stress disorder?
So in terms of how long it takes...
Short answer, there's a variety of routes to recovery. Some people just need more time. Jackson says his CTA coverage for therapy stopped when he was fired.
Thank God for the VA. I was able to fall on them to continue my treatment and all of that. If I didn't have them, I would have...
A hard-to-fathom situation. And an unimaginable place Jackson finds himself now, delivering flowers to get by. Lauren Victory, CBS 2 News.
Jackson says the firing messed up his recovery and his pension. He was almost fully vested when he was let go. We reached out to the CTA with several questions about Jackson's case, but didn't get many answers. A CTA spokesperson cites pending litigation. Jackson can't afford a lawyer, but is trying to fight his termination through the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission.